Now then, you beautiful people, we are back at the bungalow renovation, and as you can see, the joiner has made a start. The kitchen is now in, the floor is now down in the bathroom, and yesterday we fit all the rods. They're not piped up yet, but they're ready to go for when the joiner later on this afternoon fits the floor. We can then tomorrow pipe them all up, all being well. But today we're on with the bathroom. The joiner's put the floor down and skirting on already. So I've made the start, put the taps in already. So stay tuned. I've got a nice little tip coming up for you for that. If you do want to see it, make sure you subscribe, stay tuned, and also if you like the video, please smash that like button, because it really does help push the video to the wider audience, lets people know you're enjoying it, and might push it to someone that's never watched us before. So please, please, please make sure you are liking the video. It does mean a lot. So enough of me babbling, let's crack on, and I'll show you this top tip you must use for when drilling bath taps out. So this tip I've showed you a few times, and it's just about drilling the holes in your taps. So first you need to find your centre. Be careful, because your overflow is not always centre of your bath. I have made that mistake before, drilled my taps and my overflow was about 5 or 10 mil to the right. So get your centre of your overflow, mark that up, then double check the measurements on your tap. Usually about 18 centimetres, 9 inch I think it is. No, I think I might be wrong. That is, that's definitely wrong maths. Anyhow, mark that out, 50-50 either side, and then you want to be about halfway on the lip, usually about 4 centimetres off the wall. And the main tip here is pilot hole your drill, your holes first. This way, you're not messing around with your hole saw, trying to line up your pilot bit underneath your hole saw, underneath, and getting it wrong and slipping. You can pilot it through, you got a nice clean hole, then put your hole saw on, and then it's just a lot easier. You can line it all up, and you want to get the tightest hole saw as possible, because you don't want any movement, and you want that nice seal on the O-ring, especially when you've got a shower above, because you don't want any water seeping through. So once you've drilled both holes, it's that dreaded moment, have you drilled it right? And yes, this time I have drilled it right. There's been many times when I've done it wrong, but no one's perfect and we all make mistakes. And that's for you, Active Victor, whatever your name is, who criticises me every week for rushing and or not doing my job right, or going to merchants or not having van stock. Yeah, everyone makes mistakes, get used to it. Right, so I've just finished piping up the bath, and some might ask why, 2 seconds, turn that on, why I've not actually fixed it to the bath yet. The reason for that is so I can fill the bath up, fill it up, take the taps back out and silicone it. There's no point me fixing them in place to have to undo them again and just making more work for myself. So at the moment I can now test my waste and my taps, pull as much water through as possible, making sure all my waste kit, all my trap is leaking, which it all looks okay. And yes, I have piped it up with flexes. It's how I prefer to pipe up my bath taps. Makes maintenance later down the line, if you ever need to change the taps, or whether I'm doing it or anybody else is doing it, a hell of a lot easier. Try to think of the next person. Some people won't fit flexes, some people will. And it just happens, I'm one of the people that will fix them. So with that in place now, I'm not gonna silicone just yet, because the joiner has got some bit more skirting to do there, a bit more skirting to do here and here. I'm gonna leave it, and it's got the door to do. I'm gonna leave it for now and do it at another point. I just don't want any dust or anything falling onto the fresh silicone, because no one wants any dirty silicone, do they, at the end of the day. So next job, basin in place. We just need to alter these pipe work at the back, just turn the water off, shoot them towards the back and up. Some fresh isolation valves in there, get that fixed in place, get our basin made up, get that fit in, then toilet, and then we just need to mount the electric towel rail and that'll be us done for today. I'm not going to bother with any of the radiators today. Leave that for tomorrow. Tomorrow being Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday. And hopefully get all them packed up tomorrow. Sign it off Friday, no, Thursday. Job done, out of here. I might even have Friday off. I like to have a nice 4-day week. So I'm making up the basin now. I'm going to put the click clap push up button, whatever you want to call it, waste. But a bit of a difference. We're not going to use this washer. We're not going to use silicone. We are going to use a basin mitt from our friends at Thomas Dudley. This, if you've not seen one before, I have showed it on the channel before. It's just a huge washer, plastic one at the bottom, and basically that makes your seal between your waste and your sink. No need for silicone, no need for plumber's mate or whatever you want to call it. It's a lot simpler, a lot easier, and they are very, very handy when having to change your waste on a pedestal. Definitely worth keeping as van stock. So we need the old nut, so you don't get nut with it. We get rid of the 2 washers, we don't need them. And then inside the pack you get this big rubber cone washer, you get this foam washer and this plastic nut at the bottom. I hold my hands up, I used to still put silicone at the top, but I've been assured by friends that have used them that the foam washer will be fine. Just use it, you don't need silicone. Let's pop that in there, and then your cone is threaded, so you can just twist it on. These can be a bit tight if you wanted to, and it's too tight, especially if they've been in the van for a while. You can, if you warm them up in a bit of warm water, they will be a bit more stretchy and a bit more easy to work with. But at the moment, because the boiler's off, we don't have any hot water, so we'll just manage. You have got to be careful with these though, because by the time you get that and that on, sometimes you don't have enough thread to actually get your trap into place. So I think we should be okay on this one. Give this a tighten up. There we go. So you can see that's squished right down now, making the seal. And we'll just double check that our trap is going to fit on there. Which it should do. Get our washer in. Happy days. So that's nice and tight, all in. And that's how easy it is to fit a basin mate. A lot less messier than silicone and a lot less messier than plumber's mate. So do try them out, worth keeping on the van as van stock. And we're done for today, a little bit of a progress update. We've done enough of much as I wanted to do. We've done some bits outside, patching in, flue baskets, other little bits. Main things, obviously, showed you the taps already, basin's in place, not plumbed in yet. It's all ready to go underneath, it's all fixed in position, silicone back, letting that all go off, ready for tomorrow. I'm going to pipe it all up. I've got isolation valves under there, so it'll be straightforward enough to connect up to the ISOs and get your trap connected up, so that'll take 2 minutes. Towel rail is on, ready for Tom from Bro Electrics to connect that in, and toilet is up and running. So, happy day. I'm happy with the progress I've made. Obviously we've still got the shower screen and the bath panel to do and the siliconing, which is going to be a first job tomorrow. And then also once that's done, we can then get on to piping these radiators up. I'm going to leave it until at least it's got that floor down before jumping in there, because there is a wall around here downstairs which I need to get through to get to that radiator and the right hand side of that radiator. So until that floor's done, I don't really want to have to go through twice, so it just makes sense to do it all in one go. So enough of me babbling. I will see you guys in about 12 hours time. Right, we are back. It is Thursday. and I'm hoping to get complete today. I didn't film anything yesterday, but we had a very productive day, and the bathroom is now complete. Also the coned up, shower screen in, bath panel in, toilets all in, everything done in here. Very busy day yesterday, joiners were in and out and music was playing, so I couldn't really record much. Back again today, and there's even more people here, the painters here. Everyone just nipped off for the dinner though, so I thought I'd grab at the chance, jump at the chance of just getting some footage and show you exactly what we've done and what we've got left to do. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we get finished today. Radiators are all in, except that one and that one are not piped up. I'm going to jump on that next. I've just finished doing the kitchen sink. Just need to pull the washing machine, dishwasher, sorry, feed through and connect that up. It's not the neatest in there, but I had a lot to contend with the gas meter. And then jump downstairs, connect up to the existing, fill the central heating system up, commission it. Jobs are good un. So what we do now is just show you a quick example of how to fit these style radiators and a little tip for when we want to drill through a finished floor for our radiator pipes.
So fitting these type of designer radiators can be a bit daunting if you've never done it before, but to be fair, probably the easiest one to do. So first of all, you need to work out exactly where you're fitting it, and on this wall, fit it centre of the room. So marking my centre of the room, and now I need to find the centre of my brackets. So I'm going to go on the second lot of gap in, because that's where my bracket sits. Measure my centres and mark that on the wall. I'm then going to measure the height. So usually I go either sit them on top of the skirting or an inch above the skirting. So the skirting's not been on just yet. I've set it at just about 14 centimetres off the floor, which should sit about an inch above the skirting. So level line that across. Level line your width across as well. You're going to get a mark on your wall then, which on this one was my bottom of my bracket. So I've marked my holes. We'll then get them drilled. A tip for you when drilling holes on any brackets, to be fair, is that on this one, drill straight, and then on your bottom one, with a bit of an angle. It will just help counteract the force going down. So plug that up. I've moved on to Fisher Fixings after winning my giveaway. Well worth it. Highly recommend Fisher Fixings now. So much better than your standard roll plugs. Get them tapped in, and we can get our brackets fixed to the wall, and then we can get our radiator hung. I'm only doing the bottom brackets first. This is going to then help me mark out my top brackets, and I'm not having to measure it and get it wrong. So I'll put my bottom brackets on first, sit the radiator on top, make sure it is level. Once happy that it is level, what you're going to do is get your bracket with your little rubber seat on, or shoe, whatever you call it, and instead of messing around trying to get it the actual gap and not really being able to do it, put it at the side, mark a little pencil mark. It makes it a lot easier. Then drill your top brackets, get them on the wall, and it's as simple as that. And it's 9 times out of 10 you're gonna get it right first time. And then on to piping it up and getting the perfect hole through a finished floor. Basically what I do is cut up length of copper, which is perfect between the valve and the floor. Put it in position, step back, make sure it's straight, couple of pencil marks, remove the pipe and pipe and valve out of the way, get yourself a hole saw between 16 to 20 mil and drill straight through the floor. Hopefully, fingers crossed, you don't hit a joist. I did on this one and had to drill at a slight angle just to pop it through, which was okay. But there was another radiator on the day, which was a bit of a nightmare. We had to drill all the way through the joist. So put the copper through the pipe, cut it to length which you need, and then pop it back through the hole and get your valve all tightened up. Once your valve's all tightened up, you don't have to do this next step, but I think it finishes it off nicely, is to use the Talon Snap It roses and pipe covers just to finish it off. This one was a bit close to the skirting, so we just had to trim it down, but you'd never know that we trimmed it down. Once it's in place, it's nice and flush against the skirting, it just finishes it off nicely. What do you think? Do you prefer to use pipe covers, or do you prefer to see copper on show, or do you prefer your pipe to be painted? Personally, it's pipe covers for me. I can't stand painted pipes. Let us know in the comments below. Back under the Dungeons of Doom. As you can see, I've got my phone torch here at the moment, so it's pretty dark. But we're just making our way under the floor to make the last connection for the radiators. Over there, that's a little bit brighter. So, grab my press gun, I've got my feet in my pocket. Let's get this pressed up. So we've got the old radiator tail pipe coming through there. It's kept up to there, so just cut pipe, elbow, socket on there, get this bit of lagging back on. Happy days. And then we can get the boiler filled up. Don't you love just working under floors? Crawling around. There's a spider. Right. How fucking close are we here? I want to go up a bit. So we'll go about here. Elbow on that. How far are we off here? So put a little bend on that one, and then I need to try bend this a little bit. Oh, the trusty me. Just put just a little bend in it. Take some off of there. The thing with press is there's a lot of prepping. Well, not a lot of prepping, but you got to think ahead of where I need to be and all that. So, because if I press that, this pipe isn't in line, I'm screwed then. It's not like with push fit where you can just push it in and you can twist it to wherever you need it to. That one there. That one there. I think we're all in. So, start with here. So with that last connection made now, try to get as much light as possible here. Just gonna head upstairs, make sure everything's tightened, go grab some inhibitor, throw some inhibitor in the system, and get this pressurised. Fingers crossed we don't have any leaks. And then do a gas test, get the combustion readings, make sure everything's right, finish up, and then job is done. So I'll catch up with you very shortly. And that's a wrap. I didn't manage to, well, to be honest, I forgot to do the ending video at that job. Job is all complete, all done and dusted. Customer is happy, which means I'm happy. All done. No, surprisingly, no leaks. I'll probably just jinx myself. Probably going to get a phone call later saying that the house is flooded. I'm only joking. Well, I'm not joking. I really hope they don't ring me saying the house is flooded. I hope you enjoyed the video. It's been a joy doing a full house refurb. I've not done a full one for quite some time now, so I enjoyed that job, to be fair, and it were the great set of lads working alongside. I probably didn't get as much footage as I'd have liked to show you guys, but it was very busy this last couple of days. Music blaring, other tradesmen on site, so we just needed to crack on and get the job done. If you did like the video, please make sure you smash that subscribe button. Make sure you press the like button as well, because it helps push the video more than you could ever understand up the algorithm, pushes it to the wider audience, and it does mean a lot. So smash that like button. Got any questions, drop in the comments below, and I'll see you guys next week for another day in the life.